We got Crime and Law CGA. It's an evil world we live in, and all of that coming up here. An update, and this was said earlier in the chat about this woman out here. For the young people that don't know, her name is Crystal Magnum. And yeah, she's an ugly looking woman, but apparently some white boys in North Carolina hired a stripper, which is very common. These were college boys that played at Duke University on the lacrosse team. And this was one of those early political gaslighting things that people use for political motives. And unfortunately, there was a lot of racial undertones or overtones of this subject, because many of the men, is exactly like 90% of the men, were thought to be prestigious, privileged white men. And the story was that these white men got together and gRape this woman who came over to be a stripper at some sort of party that they had. And this happened in Durham, North Carolina. People use this for political weight to run for district attorney and governor and mayor. And of course, the people at the time, it wasn't Black Lives Matter. It was all of the Al Sharptons and the Jesse Jacksons and all of these people. You know, they were like, how could these white men get away with gRaping this woman? And this turned into a damn circus, because it had been proven that she lied about the gRape when she could not identify who was who, because she said it was certain white dudes. So they started to process of elimination and eliminated the 2 black players. All right, that left like 30 white guys. And once they went down there, her story started falling apart. Now, here's the sad part about it. And these are some of these false alligator stories of the #BelieveAllWomen movement. That is absolutely ridiculous, unfortunately, for the real victims. Is that how many years later? 18 years later, guys. 18 years later, she finally says former stripper and a murder convict, Crystal Magnum, admits fabricating the Duke lacrosse allegation after 18 years. I hope they can forgive me. Damn. Yeah, and dude, somebody said they lost the national championship. Many of these guys got kicked out of the university. They had to go to transfer to universities. The Duke lacrosse team literally was disrupted. The whole program essentially like got the death penalty. They didn't get the death penalty specifically, but they had to break up the team. I don't know if the coach got fired or all of that. But here we go. Now, she did get convicted, I think, of 2nd or 3rd degree murder, because later on, she ended up trying to burn her boyfriend alive. All right, she basically did one of these right here.
Look what she did to my car. What the pin to my car? I can't stand this hoe. I can't stand this bitch.
Yeah, the coach lost his job. A lot of these stories that hit the mainstream where they're like, this woman poor and she, how could she? And then all of a sudden she lies. And then many people have a collateral damage. It's a bull in a china shop. She didn't give up the ghost. She still literally said, look at her now. She trying to, I hope they forgive me. Nah, bitch. I want an eye for an eye. I want a head for a head. I want a life for a life. That's what I want. You done ruined my goddamn life. Nah, let's hear what she has to say here about this. This is why we cannot have things like #BelieveAllWomen. Unfortunately, real victim stories are not heard. Okay, yeah, but.
And I testified falsely against them by saying that they raped me when they didn't. And that was wrong. And I betrayed the trust of a lot of other people who believed in me. And made up a story that wasn't true because I wanted validation from people and not from God. And that was wrong. And I hope that they can forgive me. And I testified falsely against them.
All right, we call that a false alligator. All right, so when we talk about false alligators, I mean, there have been tremendous liars in the history of women. Put this up with the Emmett Till woman. All right, I did a show on this, the historic lies that have told that have changed the world. And I even said there's even one way more historic in this, and y'all got offended. All right, but that's neither here nor there. All right, but we still living that shit out today, and it was thousands of years ago, more than that. But that's neither here nor there. Historic lies to protect, to validate, to hide things, right? To hide that they're doing certain things. Yeah, bro, it happens. It happens. But then what'll happen is, please forgive me. It wasn't my fault.
And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
Sad reality. But they will ruin lives, bro. I mean, the difference between men is when they lie, they'll probably ruin one person's life. And men are out here doing it too. Yeah, men do it too. They ruin one person's life. When a woman lies, she ruin. Dude, Rosewood. They burn down villages. They hang people. People persecute people. Susan Smith, another liar that I covered in that stream. All right, I'm going to bring back the old clips just so you guys know, bro. Just so you guys know I covered shit a long time ago. They bring out, like, historic-ass lies that ruin cities and towns and that change politics. They change laws on fucking lies. Amber Heard. Men get lynched and hung. There's vigilante justice. People lose their careers that they worked hard for. And then she'd be like, "Hi, sorry. Can I has hug?" Yeah, the Alabama hoax story where she was like, there was a kid and then she disappeared and got kidnapped by a Trump supporter. Like, I got another lie coming up here soon. Like, they have historic lies that change the course of history. And then they're like, well, I'm sorry. Can you forgive me, please? And this is the sad part about it here. Even people in your family, or you've done people in your family this way, is that then they're like, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Dude, they'll come back, fuck your life up. Your ex-wife, right? You'd be like, I'm sorry, what? And then they'll make you feel bad. I said I was sorry. I asked for forgiveness. I turned my life over to God. I repackaged my punani. I sorry. I was just had hurt feelings. I bonked my head and I hurt my finger. Right? It was just, you understand, I was young. My brain stem wasn't developed. They have a story here. It says right here, 18 years later, Crystal Magnum has finally admitted. By the way, we already knew she was lying, so, I mean, I guess admitting it does what? Okay, I don't know. She made up the whole story. It wasn't true. All right, I hope they can forgive me. This confession comes after years of controversy and significant repercussions and the accused players in the university community and blah, blah, blah. For those who aren't familiar, in 2006, 3 Duke University lacrosse players named David Evans, Colin Finnerty, and it looks like Reed Seligman. Sorry, man, I can't really. They're all in hashtags, so I can't really read it here. They were falsely accused of graping Crystal Magnum, a student at North Carolina Central University who worked part-time as a stripper. There goes the spectrum. Okay, there's the spectrum, student, stripper. Not a surprise. The allegation stemmed from a party hosted by the lacrosse team at an off-campus house in 2006. The case quickly gained national attention due to its racial and class dynamics, which, you know, it was a lot more. Well, anyway. As Magnum is black and the accused players were white from the affluent backgrounds, Durham County District Attorney Mike Efong aggressively pursued the case despite inconsistencies in her story and a lack of DNA evidence linking the players to the alleged crime. Efong was later disbarred and briefly imprisoned for his misconduct during the investigation. In April of 2007, North Carolina Attorney General Roy Cooper dropped all charges against the players, declaring them innocent and the victim of a tragic rush to accuse. The players later sued Duke University and settled for reportedly $20 million each. So shout out to them. They got $20 million from it. Yeah, these politicians were hella corrupt. And I think it was a political year for them. It wasn't a political year for the rest of the nation, but it was a political year for the district attorney. So they were trying to win their case, and I think the district attorney was trying to run for governor or mayor. I can't remember. So that's why he aggressively pursued it. Then it says she continues to insist that she was sexually assaulted until her recent confession, where she admitted to fabricating the allegations. She is currently serving time in prison for an unrelated second-degree murder conviction, and that is for her boyfriend years later. All right, so I think she deleted her boyfriend. Let me see here. I covered this a long time ago too. But I can't remember what she's in prison for. But I think she set her boyfriend on fire. Yeah. She was found guilty of second-degree murder. Her boyfriend. What did she do? All right, it's not coming up in an article. But yeah, she killed him. I thought she set him on fire, or set the house on fire at least. Right? So, yeah, crazy bitch. Crazy bitch, man. Sad to see this happen, man. But it's not a surprise, is it? Crime and Law CGA presses on. We have sad story about another liar here. Another liar. A missing woman found alive and safe after her dad already deleted himself because she disappeared. Oh, no. All right, my goodness. Okay, so here we go. Another little white lie by a little girl. And now there's the dad. He lost his daughter. He feared that she had been kidnapped and killed. He deletes himself and she shows up. I sorry. Just like the Alabama girl. Let's play the video.
We'll find you, Hannah. We'll find you. We'll bring you home.
And what is she like as a person?
Everything about her was just beautiful.
Well, we don't know why or where she disappeared going to, but we do know that today, or at least tonight, Hannah Kobayashi is safe. The family of that missing woman from Hawaii says they have made contact with her and she's okay. Kobayashi was reported missing by her family in Los Angeles in early November. Her family says they got cryptic messages from her and she eventually cut all contact off. Sadly, amid the search effort to find Hannah, Kobayashi's father took his own life. Well, after weeks of confusion, police later announced they believe that Hannah missed her flight on purpose and then traveled to Mexico on her own accord. In a statement to News Nation tonight, the family says they need privacy to heal and everything that they have been through.
Straight jacket.
Jesus, man, goodness, man. Hey, man, one thing I've always said, unfortunately, when it comes to women, I mean, when it comes to women and their stories, you really cannot jump to conclusions, and you got to ask her tough questions. I've seen too much, and unfortunately, this could be your family member. You really got to get the details and be like, okay, sit down, slow down. What's going on here? But what they want you to do is, if you question them, you're victim shaming. You're trying to blame me. And how could you ask him like this? Sorry, Dad. Sorry you deleted yourself. And she was with a, you know what she was doing? She was getting her cheeks clapped. She was getting her cheeks clapped. She was with another guy somewhere hoeing. That's what they out here doing. Then you come back. I didn't think y'all would take it so seriously. I was just on something here. I had a mental breakdown. You really got to ask tough questions. And you can really ask 10 questions and get down to the bullshit. But a lot of people are afraid to ask questions because she'll be like, I'm fragile. I want privacy. I can't handle the questioning right now. That's when you know that they're lying. In fact, Susan Smith had that situation. She deleted her kids. They started asking her questions, but that was until they roughed up like 80 niggas. Right? They done roughed up ninjas, put them in jail. Ninjas got warrants. Ninjas got put in jail for back child support when they was walking the street. All right. You know what I mean? Like ninjas went to jail for no reason over her bullshit because she was on one and she was on her period. She was on her period. All right, let me see here. Where's the Susan Smith story? All right, right here. I saw we. And there was another man. It's always another man, or they were cheating. This woman was married, but she had a sugar daddy that was her second cousin that she fell in love with. You know, people don't remember. Yeah, she blamed a nigga. But people don't remember, man. And Like, this was in the South when the South was the South. All right. The South, I know you guys think everybody has these metropolitan cities. This is when the South was the South. And this was like in the what? Late 90s, 2000. And she had ninjas out here getting roughed the fuck up. All right. She had every ninja looking like this. All right. Getting roughed up right here. Like, this is, I mean, people really have to get, and here's the funny thing about it. This is the funny thing about it. All right, hold on for a second. This is somebody's going crazy. What is going on here? Yeah, snipe that ninja. Goodness gracious. Let me block him while he's at it. All right, goodness gracious. Where is he at? Oh, somebody got him already. Yep, sniped. All right, somebody was having a conniption. But how many ninjas look like this? How many ninjas look like this that got arrested over this shit? Thank you, KT King. So he said that looked like me right now. And that was what happened. It looked like any ninja. And she said, well, this ninja did it. And meanwhile, she drove her car into a damn river. But it's sad because that is the fallout because we want to believe women. Now, here's the sad part about it. People forget about those stories. But that was just one woman. Don't worry. But then we had maybe 15 years later, the Me Too movement. Hashtag believe all women. Hashtag time's up. Like, and we're still dealing with this now where women are just like, oh, I'm broke. I need rent. And they're coming out, jumping on cases, charging people. And they're like, just believe them. If you enjoyed this clip, check me out on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel for the best morning live stream every weekday. And of course, we're back for the evening live streams as well. Check out the times in the featured channels on this channel right here. And also the links are in the description box. I will see you there.
New world.